January events coming to Pokemon Go. The month of January is nearly here along with 2024, so let's take a look at the new raids, spotlight hours, and all the other details you should know. As always, we'll start with the good old-fashioned spotlight hours, so for those of you unaware, these occur every Tuesday between 6 and 7 p.m. your local time, and we'll start with Cast Form on January 2nd, where the bonus will be Double Catch XP. The following week, we'll be getting Eevee next on January 9th, which will gift Double Catch Candy, followed by Ralts on January 16th with Double Transfer Candy. Following those 2 weeks, Barboach will be featured on January 23rd, where the bonus will be Double XP for evolving Pokemon, and finally to end the month, we'll be getting Fungus on January 30th, which will gift Double Stardust. Now I know the last one might not seem like a big deal, but Fungus actually gives 500 Stardust per catch, and since we're also getting that Double Stardust bonus, each one you catch during this event will actually gift 1000 Stardust, which can also be boosted to 1500 if you use a star piece. So just something to keep in mind. Moving on to the 5-star raids, the Ultra Beasts Buzzwole, Xurkitree, and Pheromosa will be available January 1st to the 10th, but will only be available in certain regions. So for this month, Buzzwole can be found in the Americas and Greenland, Xurkitree is featured in the Asia Pacific region, and Pheromosa will be available in Africa and India. Now for the remainder of the month, the Therian forms of Tornadus, Thundurus, and Landorus will be back in raids. So we'll be starting with Tornadus from January 10th to the 17th, next we'll have Thundurus from the 17th to the 24th, and finally we'll be getting Landorus, which will round out the month from January 24th until January 31st. Now each of these Pokemon will also be getting featured moves this time around, so Tornadus will learn Bleak Wind Storm, Thundurus will learn Wild Wind Storm, and Landorus will learn Sandsear Storm. Now each of these moves will deal 60 damage in PvP and also lower your opponent's attack, while for gyms and raids, it'll deal 140 damage, so regardless, this move alone will definitely make these Pokemon worth raiding. Moving on to the Mega Raids, we'll have 3 being featured this month, where Mega Ampharos is kicking it off and will be available January 1st through January 10th, which will then transition into Mega Medicham January 10th until January 24th. And finally, to round out the month, Mega Steelix is coming back from January 24th until January 31st. Now, in addition to all these raids, we're also getting Shadow Moltres reappearing in Tier 5 Shadow Raids again. So if you're looking to get Shadow Moltres or you missed out on a good one last time, you can try to get another one on the weekends, and it must be done in person, so no, you cannot use a remote raid pass to join. Now, for the last few details of January, we'll have the regular events. So starting it off on January 1st until January 3rd, we'll have a New Year's event that's featuring a bunch of Pokemon wearing costumes. Immediately following that, we're getting a Rowlet Community Day, which is taking place January 6th from 2 to 5 p.m. So if you evolve Dartix into Decidueye during this event, it will learn the featured move Frenzy Plant, but can also learn Spirit Shackle by using a charged TM. On January 6th to the 10th, we'll be getting a Lustrous Odyssey event, which is followed by a raid day for Hisuian Typhlosion on January 14th. The Dazzling Dream event is taking place January 13th to the 16th, which I'm expecting to see some Fairy or Psychic type Pokemon being featured here. A few days later, we're getting a Community Day Classic on January 20th, which has been leaked to be Porygon. From January 19th to the 24th, we're getting a Raging Battles and Go Battle Week taking place. We'll then have a Taken Treasures event from January 27th until February 1st, and finally on January 27th and 28th, we'll have a Shadow Ho-Oh Raid Weekend, which should be pretty fun. So that's the January content update in Pokemon Go. We got some good legendaries and Stardust opportunities, so leave a comment on what you guys are most excited about, and as always, like and follow for more details.